this week. Yeah, we faced several challenges. Um, all right, let me go over mine. I was pretty excited about that. That I was able to generate initial training data. So if you take a look over here, we thought this was pretty neat. We were able to get one of the cards finally put onto the images, the background images. So there we go. Um, so we got YOLO data up and running, which actually plays in congruence with the generated photos. And that's pretty much just gonna tell it's pretty much the coordinates of these cards here, where they are in the photo, and then they're actually what's going to be fed to like the model, and then yeah, so very important for the model to know where to look on the photo for its training purposes. Uh, and here we are, another photo. So very neat in my opinion. They were able to change where it is in the photo and actually like the dimensions and everything. So that's the training cards, the um the trading cards on top of our photos in different positions, different cards. There we go. The model will train on this. Model data will be done next week. Training data will be done next week. So fingers crossed. Um, all bets are on that the model will be detecting cards next week. We have 3 cards done, which is what this training data is on. So we'll rerun it when we get more cards. Um, and I guess that'll lead us into our next segment. I'll be doing Adam's part. Since I'll be talking about Adam's part since Adam is actually out sick this week. Uh, so besides he had last weekend he actually had his father go into surgery. And I actually know that I was sick this last week too. I mean, I'm in California. I know he's in Utah, but I know it's going around. Um, so I was pretty sick at the beginning of this week, but Adam was, it seems to be very sick. We haven't heard too much from him, but the important part is that he got another card almost completed. So that means we should have about 6 cards completed very soon, which is more than half of the cards we aim to have. So we're aiming to just have 8 cards done. We're stressing not to have too much time being put on to the remaining cards. Um, but Adam has also run into some issues. So so the same issue, so not the same issue, but he had an issue from last week's status update. That what is called he didn't have a chance to work on this week since he was sick. I actually don't know if he did or not. So scrap that. But I do know that I offered help and I did spend a significant amount of time working through some of the errors and dependency issues he was encountering. I thoroughly documented them on GitHub and communicated them on Teams. Uh, so he has a good, a very good and go like part to complete. I'm trying to say that it's a very detailed plan and what's not wrong. I left him so there's no more dependency issues. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say. There's no more dependency issues. Uh, there's just some um errors now that he has to fix. As I had to get to work on my stuff on the training and the image production, which um Yeah, so that's finally done. Image production is done. The AR issues will be done this week. If I have to give more time to that with him, then that's what will be done, and we will have that done this week. And um, I don't see any issues with having that done this week, this coming week. With that being said, I've spoken enough. Let's move on to our next teammate.
All right. Well, for this week, I was able to work on the just working on the socket for just for like customization for guess the four clients, I guess the four players, and it's more of um I want to say more structured foundational connection is how I describe it. There were a few difficulty as far as trying to get it pushed up, but honestly, I think I'm able to get it back so that way I can re-push it to the branch. And so I'm pretty excited to see the end result. And um, I'm also looking to add more stuff through the last few files that I had uploaded from a couple weeks ago. So that way um, we can see more results as um, more cards get uploaded. So that way um, there's more streaming connection through the sockets and the ports. So I'm pretty excited for this to happen. So yeah, so that's what this week's goal is going to be all about as far as um, more structure goes into networking. And that's all I got for this one.
That's great, Connor. I love that. I'm glad
Awesome.
that you're working through that and making significant progress. Um, Great work.
Right, I can go ahead and share my screen now and share my stuff. Let's see. There we go. You can see my stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Perfect.
beautiful.
Okay. So for my week, I accidentally made a pretty silly mistake and forgot to commit some stuff, and it didn't end up saving a lot of my progress. So I had to redo a bunch of my work, which slowed me down a little bit, but I still got a decent amount done, and I'm still happy with the week. I so last week I did all of the attack files, everything needed to perform an attack action and take life from another card or player. And that's what I lost. But I was able to go back and get that all done again. And then I also started on some other operations as well, such as heal and life steal. Um, I also started doing some research on other trading card games because I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, and I'm trying to figure out what other types of operations we can have in this game that will be um, simple enough to integrate at this stage in development that aren't too much of a stretch, but are also varied enough to be distinct and interesting and worth implementing. So I have all of these different files that I rewrote, and I'm still modifying some of them to include, I think most of them have heal, but not all of them have life steal. Um, but I'm still working on that, still getting all of that put in, and I'll continue a little bit with that through this next week, but probably don't need to focus a whole lot more on the operations, some other stuff instead. That's my week.
Well, yeah, that's it. So we were planning on soon having that demo done, but just with me and Adam being sick, Adam being more severely sick, and the issues that we encountered this week, we have set up for next week to be the demo. Something to take in consideration is that when we made the project timeline, we didn't anticipate having a demo done until at least week 8, till the end of week 8, which the whole plan was pretty much set that the demo wouldn't be done, a working demo wouldn't be done until week 8 when this was planned. I know that week 4 had some high expectations with getting one card done, but because of some printing issues and we weren't able to get cards done until week 5, week 4, at the end of week 4. So, but then we had issues with, anyways. So, what I'm trying to say is that the demo at the latest will be done by week 8, but since we planned on getting it done in a hurry when we heard about it last week, we will definitely have it done. Most likely, 90% chance this week. And that's all. Thank you, Professor. All right, that's it.